Leo, this May is not about chasing the spotlight. It's about authentically embodying the person that will earn it. Well, like, what the hell does that mean? It definitely feels like you want to be focusing on your career and your professional identity right now. You want to make that grand, expansive vision of your future a reality. And it's definitely moving for you, but sometimes it feels like it's moving just a little bit slower than you would like. And you're going to feel the most energy when you're coming from the most authentic, like spontaneous version of you. But if you try to second guess that energy or act more from a place of worrying what the audience is going to think, that energy is actually going to come back and turn inwards in terms of self-attack or criticism. And there could also be a theme of you feeling like if something you're doing is not moving the needle, out there in the public arena, or you're not being recognized for it, you don't really feel like freaking doing it. The May 12th Scorpio full moon reminds you, though, that you can't ignore the private stuff, the stuff at home. You have to devote an equal amount of attention to it. You might think, I'll live in a certain way once I'm like rich. Well, no, it doesn't really work like that. You have to act like the person that you envision in the public arena now. There could be a wake-up call to look at what's actually rotting away on the inside because, you're too busy out in the world making your mark, right? To like do the dishes, both literally, but also kind of spiritually, existentially on an individual private level. Tending to both your inner soul and the little things at home isn't just like a little annoyance, right? A roadblock. It's actually a necessity for having success out in the world. This full moon is also stoking the electricity of a Sun-Uranus conjunction. This amplifies a theme of you becoming and embodying the person professionally that you want to be. And no doubt, your idea and conception of whatever that is, whatever it looks like, it's changed a lot since 2018. But if the actual material realities of what your professional role is hasn't changed along with it, there might be this kind of existential urge to pop what has been like a really big pimple. And it's okay if you need to do that, but there are like better and like less better ways of popping pimples. Again, metaphorically speaking. On May 25th, Saturn moves into Aries in your 9th house, and this marks the end of a multi-year process of really being hardened by some really dark themes, some shadow things, the intensity of some circumstances, right? The demand or urge for change. There's an opportunity here for a thorn to lift, and maybe making some of those adjustments you need to make won't seem so heavy. Now the call for hardened examination moves to your beliefs, your worldview. Maybe that's up for refinement. Like, what do I stand for? What kind of narratives am I telling about my story of the world and my place in it? Have those been limiting? Like, what kind of truth am I living? Not only that, but what truth am I also teaching? At the end of the month, we move into Gemini season. Your big aspirational goals, visions for the future, your sense of belonging in the world out there, those things become more essential. It's not just about career. It's not just about recognition. It's more like, how can I integrate those dreams and that ideal future in better communion with the person that I embody, right, on a day-to-day basis? At the end of the month, we move into Gemini season.